I can't believe I have to root for the Devils. It's killing me. I do. I got a vested interest.
He's the best.
We ready, guys? The silence is deafening. I'm making this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act, being Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, the laws of the state of New Jersey. The Planning Board Secretary has prepared a schedule of the meetings of the Planning Board of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2023 and has posted a true copy of the schedule to the bulletin board located at the front entrance of Borough Hall and has mailed true copies of this schedule to the local source, Star Ledger, and maintaining a copy of this schedule in Borough Hall. Accordingly, the notice of requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied in regards to this meeting. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Paserno?
Here.
Mr. Morrow?
Here.
Mr. David?
Here.
Mr. Demondo is absent. Mr. Clementi?
Here.
Mr. Pantina?
Here.
Mr. Mazzio?
Here.
Mr. Ladowdy?
Yes, here.
Mr. Colella?
Here.
Mr. Scuderi?
Here.
Mr. Herbalario?
Here.
Okay, any communications? None? I see none on old business. Okay, so tonight, we're here for our review and adoption of the master plan report of March 2023. And I'm sure that by now, everyone saw the master plan in your emails. You saw the reason why we're here tonight, and you should have taken a very good look at what we're presenting tonight. And at this time, I think what we should do is, I think, yield to you, Kevin, and maybe just bring us up to speed and let's move this along.
Thank you, Chairman. Just referring to this for a few dates. In May of 2022, the Planning Board reviewed and adopted a re-examination of the Kenilworth Master Plan. Every 10 years, according to state law, the master plan is re-examined. Excuse me, the last time we done it was 2011. So we redid it in 2022. We're a little bit behind, but COVID, of course, put a damper on everything that was going on in those days. So in 2022, May to be precise, we adopted a master plan re-examination. Master plan re-examination calls for us to take a look at the master plan, see if any changes are necessary in the master plan, and see if there are any further recommendations that need to be made to the governing body, the Borough Council, for their consideration in terms of land use ordinance. That was duly adopted. It went to the Borough Council. They made certain changes in the land use ordinance based upon this body's recommendation. It has recently come to the Borough and the Board's attention that there is an allegation that notice may not have been sufficient back in 2022. Our council, who will address this himself, I'm sure, but to make a very brief statement about it, has found that there is no case law concerning the notice that we sent deeming it insufficient. However, the board and the borough consultation felt that since there was this allegation out there, we did not want any ambiguity to exist on the part of the board. So therefore, we have reintroduced the master plan exactly as it was written in 2022, exactly as you approved. The document you have in front of you is dated March of 2023, but it is identical in all ways, with the exception of the date, to the one that we adopted, we believe correctly and legally, back in 2022. So, out of an abundance of caution, your staff has recommended that we re-adopt this to make sure that there's no question whatsoever, and that should you re-adopt it, we will forward it to the Borough Council. We will also provide whatever notice is necessary under the municipal land use law. and all those documents will be on file in the planning board and borough clerk's office. Are there any questions about that? Mr. Ray, I'm sorry, Chairman, you may want to.
Okay, thank you, Mr. O'Reilly. Mr. Rego, you want to sum up?
I can't really add any more to it than what Kevin talked about. You have in front of you the reexamination report. As Kevin said, other than the dates, it's the same. We also have Kevin put together a draft resolution that we're hoping that the board adopts tonight, basically indicating or confirming that we've reviewed and adopted the master plan reexamination report. After this, it goes to these changes will be incorporated in our master plan, and this report gets forwarded to the governing body in hopes that they will repeat their agenda from last time, where they implemented the zoning change that the board recommended. That's about it. There's nothing fancy, there's nothing new, we're not reinventing the wheel, it's what it was.
Does anyone have any questions for the attorney? Okay. Is there any questions or dialogue that we need to have, or are we moving forward here and continue with our... Okay. So, with that being said, I think we need to vote on the approval of the new draft that's going to be set forth to
we have
the resolution, for the resolution, right? For the, to go to council, correct?
We would approve the reexamination report if you so choose, and there would be a second vote to memorialize the resolution, and then there are notice requirements. This would have to be forwarded to, again, to adjoining municipalities, to the county, to the state, and to
Whatever's needed under the municipal.
whatever is needed under the MLUL.
Yes.
And that will be our responsibility in terms of new ordinances. That's up to the council.
Mr. David?
Yeah, so just a question regarding, do we need to open this to the public for this specific item? I know we're going to open the meeting for the public for general comments later, but, okay, that's what I thought. So I'm making a motion to...
Yeah.
I'm making the motion to open this, if I call it a hearing, I guess, to the public to make comment.
Someone get a second? Second, okay. Mr. David moved, and Mr. Clementi second. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public wishing to speak on this? Mr. Herbert, I see your hand.
I'll make it quick.
Thank you.
Bob Herbert, 14 North 12th Street. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Everybody's been working hard on this. May 22nd, when it was adopted, as it was said tonight, wasn't that, we didn't have public sessions at that time, it was only Zoom because it was still COVID, that's number one. And
No, we were here.
No, we've never had.
No, you never had closed sessions to the public?
No.
No, that's something you asked. You asked if we did this by Zoom. I don't think we've
No,
ever
we
had
were
a
here
Zoom.
in this
So in
room.
22, we were definitely here for all meetings.
We were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, 22.
And then this master plan is going to be adopted tonight by the board. When is that going to be available to the public to get a copy and review
It's available now.
now,
in the clerk's office.
in the clerk's office?
Yeah, it's basically a re-examination of the master plan.
Nothing's changed, but it's the same. We're just going through the formality now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Bob. Thank you. Anyone else from the public? Seeing none?
I will make a motion to close the hearing to the public.
Moved by Mr. David, second by Mr. Mazzio. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So is does someone like to make a motion to approve the reexamination?
Rich, before we do that,
Yes,
can I ask
sir.
a question to Mr. Rego? Seeing as I'm hearing this is going to go to council, am I prohibited from participating tonight since I'll be voting in that forum as well?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No, I mean, you can do, if you take a position here and a different position in council, it may be dicey, but no, you're fine, you're
You've
fine.
got two different shops. One here and one here.
The bill of the cap. The bill of the cap. So, but it's a good question,
Yeah, it is.
because,
It is.
you have to, you know that stuff, right? So I guess what we said was, would someone like to make a motion to approve the reexamination documents report for the master plan?
I'll make a motion that we approve the re-examination report.
Motion is made by Mr. Ladati, seconded by Mr. Pantina. Roll call, please.
Mr. Paterno?
Yes.
Mr. Morrow?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Mr. Clementi? Yes. Mr. Pantina?
Yes.
Mr. Mazzio?
Yes.
Mr. Ladowdy?
Yes.
Mr. Colella?
Yes.
Mr. Scuderi?
Yes.
And Mr. Herbalario?
Yes.
Okay. Went well, thank you, gentlemen.
There'd
And
be a motion to memorialize the resolution.
that's what we're
That we
doing
just
next.
adopted, right.
Do you want this chair?
Just trying to keep it.
Thank you.
Flowing.
Keep it smooth, right? So would someone like to make a motion to memorialize the resolution that's been prepared by Mr. Rego?
Well, yes, okay.
Mr.
Yes, so moved,
Ladati,
yes.
seconded by Mr. Clementi. Roll call?
Mr. Paterno?
Yes.
Mr. Morrow?
Yes.
Mr. David?
Yes.
Mr. Clementi? Mr. Pantina? Mr. Mazzio?
Yes.
Mr. Ladowdy?
Yes.
Mr. Colella?
Yes.
Mr. Scuderi?
Yes.
Mr. Herbalario?
Yes.
Okay, so now with that, I guess all this paperwork will then go to council, and council will have their first reading, I would imagine, right? We still need 2 readings? Is that correct?
To change their ordinance, they only need one hearing to accept the master plan.
Okay.
And then, should they wish to change the ordinance in response to that, they would then need 2 readings, and between the 2 of them, that ordinance would be forwarded to you for review for master plan consistency.
Okay. And upon that, is it upon that point, or is it now that we need to notice since we did
We
this?
should notice it. We should notice now.
Notice now. So we'll get all that paperwork together, we'll dot the I, cross the T to make sure the notice is in.
Notice that this was adopted by...
Yes. By the board.
That's
Yes.
the next step, yes, sir.
Right? So that's the next step, and then it goes up to mayor and council.
And eventually, when the ordinance is back in play, then there's notice requirements for that too, for public hearings and the rest.
Okay, so that's great. So that's all done. Are there any comments for the good of the board? Okay, seeing none. Is there a motion to open the public?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. David, second by Mr. Colella. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public? None?
Motion to close the...
Closed by Mr.
meeting to
David,
the public.
seconded by Mr. Mazzio. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
By Mr. David, seconded by Mr. Herbalario. All in favor?
Aye.
What a great night.
So close.
I said 7:30. What is it, 7:15?
Not even.